Shri Mataji, good morning, brothers and sisters. Let's bow down to Shri Mataji, raise our Mother Kundalini, and put Bandhan. Shri Ganesh Mantra.
साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः।
Let us bring our attention on our left heart. Pure spirit. Mataji, kindly come into our heart. Bring our attention on Sahasrara. Mataji, bless us with thoughtless state. And establish our self-realization. Let's listen to Shri Mataji's speech.
For that, what have you to do? Sometimes people ask me, what do we have to do? You must have also read in the Bible that Christ prayed and he was praying. In the same way, we can say we have to meditate. Through meditation, we'll grow in our awareness, in our new personality, in our strengthened personality. Meditation is the only way we can grow, and then no one can destroy you because you are all protected by the divine love. You don't have to worry as to who will destroy you, what will happen. Of course, in the beginning, there's little agitation, people feel little bad about it, it's all right. But actually, no one can destroy you. Have this faith in. Christ had no organization. He had no Adi Shakti to support him. In no way, but only through his divine personality, he managed to get out of all the problems, of all the tortures, of all the atrocities on him. So now you have better advantage because you are enlightened. Firstly, he was a divine person and he could go through all that. You don't have to. Nobody will torture you, nobody will put you in jail, nobody will crucify you. Nobody will. That's not possible. But mentally, if you are upset, sometimes you get upset, I know. In certain countries, people get upset because they think they are oppressed because they are in such a. I assure you, no one can do that. You must know that you are all the time protected. Christ is there as your eldest brother, I always said that. But also you have your mother and you have all the ganas and all the angels around you. When I see this, I just thought, look at this. In every country they have shown angels and ganas are there. Such pure forms of protection you have. So there's nothing to worry about your destruction or your impediments or whatever you may call it, a kind of a destructive forces acting on it. From the life of Christ, we have to know that no one can destroy a realized soul in these modern times. As it is, they never destroyed. We had so many saints, who were killed, who were tortured. But see, they still exist as poetry, as poems, also as their blessings everywhere. They are not finished. They are not dead, though it seems that they are no more. But even to take their names and to call them, they work out. They are there in their spirit and they help. Assured by Christ's life, by his resurrection, we are resurrected people. Of course, our body also has changed. After resurrection, you know that your chakras work out all the curing and all the blessings. Our attitude, our mental attitude also changes, and also our ego subsides. Not only that, also our conditionings go out. Especially, I was so happy that those people say who are born in a particular religion immediately see what's wrong with that religion. As if they turn round and see the image of their society and know what's wrong with them, and when they start meditating on those corrections, it works. Societies are improving. You see, so-called religious ideas are falling into their own traps, and they will all fall because there's falsehood. That's not real religion. The religion is within ourselves. And this pure religion is the one which is a global religion. The solution comes like this, that supposing you have wars. Wars in the name of religion, in the name of God especially. And in the name of religion they have wars. So now what happens? All such wars that take place cannot destroy reality, cannot destroy the truth. This is another message of Christ's resurrection. You cannot. You may think that today you have destroyed these people, but they are there. All the saints, all the great people who have been resurrected in life are all the time there. Their protections are there. Their guidance is there. You can see them in a way that they are there. So, one should have no fear. The fear of death has to go. So many of them have said the same, that what is death after all? Death dies itself once you are resurrected. So one should not be afraid of death. Now, how many of you have been afraid of death before your resurrection, but not now? You are not bothered as to when the death comes, what happens, or which way you are going to be so-called destroyed. You know you cannot be destroyed. In your heart of hearts, you all know this very well, that you cannot be destroyed. The fear of our destruction goes away, no doubt. But there is one thing, is the compassion. When you see all these bad things are happening and people are being tortured, your mind is, cannot take it for granted. It starts responding to that. And it feels the pain of others. Tremendous. But as a result of that, your willpower, your thinking on those lines, your tears even are powerful, and they can bring solace to those people who are suffering unnecessarily. You have to experiment with it. Just having a feeling of compassion and love, things will improve. Now, as it is, we meditate, but we can meditate also with such compassion and such love that your tears can also have an effect on these people who are so cruel and stupid and killing each other. But it is important for you to know that now you are not an individual, but you have become a global personality, a global personality. You are not an individual. You are a global personality. And sitting down here, you are working out all the global problems. You are not a small person now who's only worried about your own children, about your family, about this and that. No. This mind of yours has expanded. Expanded like this, that it works automatically for all the problems of the world. When for a woman I read newspapers, especially women seldom read newspapers. They think it's stupidity to read newspapers. But I read and I read those where my attention is needed. I've seen it works. But all of you put together, if you understand that it is your responsibility to correct all the destructive forces, to put them right, you just have to collectively meditate on the points where you find there's a big problem. Now, the problem mainly is because of religions, mainly. Now, if they can all jump into the new religion, global religion, they all are one. They cannot then fight because there's one religion, but they don't want to have one religion because they want to fight. They're fighting cocks. But if they come to search, if they become enlightened, then they will only enjoy love of each other and not killing of each other, destruction of others. And this is what we have to learn from life of Christ, who was alone, who was single. He didn't have such a collective behind it. But how powerful he was that he fought the death and came out of it so clearly at the stage of Agya. Without him, we could not have worked out Sajo. Kundalini would not have gone through unless and until he had sacrificed his life. And he readily sacrificed. He accepted the task of sacrificing his life and then resurrecting. He passed through that, I should say, a very constricted channel of Agya to put you people right by saying you forgive everyone. If forgiving was such a powerful thing that you can even fight your death, then why not forgive? Many people say, Mother, we can't forgive. And I've told 100 times that what are you doing if not forgiving? So the message of Christ's life is that he forgave all the people who troubled him. Even he said that, oh God, please forgive them because they don't know what they are doing. On the cross he says those things. When he was tortured, insulted, he says what? Forgive them. Have pity. Have sympathy for them. Because they don't know what they are doing. They are killing the Son of God, and what will happen to them? Where will they go? What will be their situation? This one is a big message for us. That even on the cross, he said, forgive. Oh God, oh Father, forgive. In the same way, we have to also forgive people. It's very important from the life of Christ that we have to forgive. His forgiveness was of the greatest importance for the world to understand. You must forgive. If we learn how to forgive, you will be amazed, half of the wars of this world will be finished. Now something happened thousands of years back, still people are fighting. Still they are fighting, thinking this thing happened so many years back, so they are our enemy. If we can really forgive those people, what happened before we were even born, why should we form a group of such people? Why? Because there is something called hatred in human beings. They have hatred. Hatred for this, hatred for that. Even in small things they'll say, I don't like it, I like it. It's very common. Nowadays especially. When we were young, we were not supposed to say such a thing. I don't like it, I like it. We are not supposed to say. But nowadays freedom has given them to talk like this. I don't like it, I don't like that, I don't like that, I don't like that person. Who are you? What do you think of yourself to judge others? You don't know how to appreciate. You don't know how to enjoy. And only what you go on saying, I don't like it. And supposing you like it, what will you do? Whether you like it or don't like it, it's just the same. But just to show off their ego, we say, I don't like this way, I don't. Because there's no love. If there is love, then you can enjoy everything. You'll never say, I don't like it, I like it. You will definitely enjoy if you really say that I enjoy everything. You are closing down yourself by saying, I don't like it, I don't like it, I don't like it. As if you are a great connoisseur or a person, a judge, to say this. It is very remarkable that in the West is even more prominent, that they will say, I don't like it, I don't like it. Of course, in the East, I would say in India, if somebody says like that, people will say just trying to show off on the face. But showing off is not regarded as a bad manners. It's not regarded as bad manners in the West. To feel shy of anything is regarded as bad manners. But to boast of something, nobody feels that it is a bad thing. Did Christ boast of anything? Never. He never boasted of anything. But when he saw people were selling things in the holy places, what did he do? He started beating them with hunters. Because that was wrong, absolutely wrong, against the holiness of the place. But he didn't say, I don't like it. No. He just showed his complete disapproval of the whole system of selling things in the temple or in a holy place. People go there to worship. They need a mind which is devoid of money orientation. There should be no money orientation when you are meditating. This is the biggest problem of today. Everything is money orientation. You like a car which is very expensive, so you want to have. By hook and crook you will get that car and sit in that. You might be a thief, but you buy an expensive car to show off. Perhaps maybe because you are a thief, that's why you want to hide your personality. So there is no truthful life. It's all just showing off and thinking no end of yourself. But when the death will come at your doorsteps, what will you do? At that time, you will be trembling. With all your so-called achievements and so-called showing off, you will just tremble before death. But a Sahaja cannot. He will like. If the death has to come, it has to come. He will not tremble that the death is something dangerous, but is a place where he can go and rest. He wouldn't mind. He wouldn't mind anything because he is above death. He is above destruction. So he wouldn't mind anything, whatever comes his way, and he will surrender to it easily. We have Kabir. Kabir has written so many poems, mostly about death. He said, when death came, I didn't say a single word. I didn't fight. But what I did, I took a sheet on top of me and went off to sleep. How sweetly he describes death sometimes. And Kabir then reminds me of Christ. How sweetly Christ also went through all these things. And when he died, the whole elements shook. He was the master of elements. They shook. There was earthquake and all kinds of things that happened. They felt his death, not he. They felt that such a great divinity, which is the essence of existence, has been killed like this. They also didn't know that he is going to come back to his life. They also were not aware of it, but he did. He did came out of that deadening thing for which everybody was so much shocked. His death itself gives us strength that we have no death. We have resurrected and resurrection is with us. But we have to establish our Sahaja Yoga, our meditation. That's very important. The other day I met one lady. She told me of several miracles in her life, how she was saved. She was about to die. She came across an accident, all kind. But how she was saved? While her husband, he succumbed to all kinds of things. So I said, what do you mean? How it happened? He said, Mother, it's nothing but Shraddha. Shraddha is dedication. Surrendering. Surrendering. Because I am surrendered. But I said, how? That I don't know. I'm just surrendered. I feel so comfortable, so lively, and so much out of fear when I know I am surrendered, completely surrendered to my spirit. And this is what it is we have to learn when we meditate, that we have to surrender. Muhammad Sahib has called Islam means surrender. Though they don't surrender, otherwise you see. But what is it that you must surrender to your global nature, to your higher nature? You must not die out, you must not fizzle out into these worldly turmoils and worldly things. It's a very strength-giving example of Christ. And He is with us. He will always guide us, He'll look after us. Not only, but He'll also give us strength. He will destroy all those who will be against eternal life. He'll destroy nonsensical things. And you are seeing now how in Kali Yuga all these institutions who talk of religion and fights are getting destroyed. Automatically, we have done nothing. On their own only, by their own doings, they are finishing. Because there's no reality. There's no spirit in it. And without the spirit, what is left is nothing but a dead body. The whole understanding should be for Sahaj Yogis that we have to be spirit oriented. Not money oriented, body oriented, emotion oriented, but spirit oriented, which is a joy giving thing. And you'll be surprised with that orientation. You will be the most happy, most loving, most beautiful person. Immediately people will know around that there's something about this man, some spark, about this lady, some sort of a spark, that she is or he is so much different from us. It can be recognized in no time. Now at the time of Christ, very few people could recognize her because they were not enlightened, because they are very much below the level of human beings, I should say. But you are not. You are quite aware. You are born in modern times. And at this time, when we think of Christ, we should know what a life it was, what a grand personality it was, that it subjected to this kind of a torture. He could have destroyed all of them in no time. He was so powerful, such a powerful personality, but he did not. He forgave them. He gave you the message of forgiveness, the greatest force that can work out. Now also you should surrender yourself to this idea of forgiveness and really try to forgive. You'll be amazed, you'll feel very much peaceful, very happy, and the person who has tortured you will come round. What we have to do is now to transform people. That's our job. We have to transform them. We are transformed. We are at a point, we can call it, we are resurrected. We have to resurrect the whole world. That's our job. So that all these fights, all these quarrels, all this falsehood will just be finished. For us, Christ is our leader who has done this for us. He came as an ordinary human being, lived like an ordinary human being, with all these powers within him. He never used them to destroy. In the same way, we can also, with love and affection, we can also really come out of our death come out of our misgivings, come out of our destructive nature. This destructive nature is the most dangerous thing for Sahaja-yogis. That's the only hope we have, that Sahaja-yogis are resurrected. Only thing I know that if we have so many Sahaja-yogis, this world will change. This world has to change. But your progress should go on. You should progress more and more, you should not retrace back. For small things here and there, don't worry. You have a very great responsibility, and that responsibility is to transform the human beings. That's your due. How many have you transformed? How many have you changed? It's all right for men or women. You have to change people. This is your job, and this is the power you have got from Christ. That you have to change them, transform them into the new world of happiness and joy, which we call it as the Sahaj Nirmal Dharma. If it works out, if it really works out, think of the world, how beautiful it will become for us. It's the duty of every Sahaja-yogi to go into this kind of a new venture and try to find out how many people he can convert and how many people he can bring around. I hope next time we'll have double the number of people that are here from all these 8 countries who are hosting now. All my love to you all. Great days are waiting us. We have to now understand only our responsibility. Main thing is how many people we have converted, how many people we have resurrected. That is the record, not how many pujas you have attended and all that. It's not so important. Pujas are just to give you strength and to give you power, but they are not your work. That's not your work. For your work you can take from pujas all the strength that you need, but if you don't use this power, then what's the use? So now I leave it to you to remember that you are resurrected and you have to resurrect others. It's a very, very important job at this time of complete turmoil and destruction. May God bless you.
Mantras.
त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री महालक्ष्मी महासरस्वती महाकाली त्रिगुणात्मिका कुण्डलिनी साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री सहस्रार स्वामिनी मोक्षप्रदायिनी माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः।
Shri Mataji, it's full meditation. Thank you for all your blessings. Yes, Shri Mataji. Let's bow down to Shri Mataji and take Bandhan.